Hi gamers! Behind this door is my new game room. I was in my previous home for over 10 years, so there was quite a long time when there was no change or big updates to my game room. But now everything's different. This is a totally new layout. The room itself is roughly the same size as the previous one, so no big change on that front. But let's see how I managed to squeeze my 2,600 plus games into a room this time. And of course, like previous times, I had to stack everything up to the ceiling and had to put the shelves there in the middle of the room, just enough for the door to open to fit everything in. I'm gonna do a quick all-around tour here, and then we'll get back to all the individual sections, individual consoles. Here's something especially new. Let's get back to this one as well. So looks like this, and then here is maybe the defining feature of the room, this wall right here. Pretty proud of how I got everything arranged here. And then it turns into a U basically here. And as you can see, this room does have these built-in cabinets, so the actual floor space is more limited in this room, but those cabinets do take a lot of stuff inside them, and as such I had to utilize that. So for example, if you take a peek here, there are some console boxes and lots of Skylanders, stuff like that. Some more boring items that are tucked away there. So as such, I actually have less items visible in this game room than I did have in the previous one. But that's okay. You know, I just curated the boxes that I wanted to display better, and as such it's not as cluttered, you know, nice white surfaces, and I don't have any you know, tight spaces that I did have in some shelves, between some shelves in the previous room. But yeah, that's the overall look of the game room here, and let's check out some individual console collections. Starting here with Sega, here are my Saturn games, 60 plus collection, and underneath that is my Dreamcast games, about 100 PAL games and maybe 15 Japanese and USA games here. And here we have a almost complete collection of Vectrex games, just missing the 3D games, but everything else is here apart from the 3D. And here about 50 Mega Drive games and a small collection of 32X and Sega Mega CD games, and some Master System games here as well. Moving on to the left, we have my Switch collection. It's almost 90 games at the moment. Some special editions are not shown here, but yeah, moving along nicely with the Switch collection as well. And underneath here is one of my pride and joy collections, a complete collection of Wii U games. Just missing a couple of variants, but I have all games released in each region, and almost all of the variants as well, so a total of 300 plus games here. And here we have the Xbox One games and PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 at about 50 games, Xbox One a bit smaller. And then we get to my NES games. I think I have 77 NES games here total. And underneath here is my complete Nintendo 64 game collection. So again, like with the Wii U, I got every game released in each region. So this is a complete worldwide set, not just Europe, for example. Total of 400 plus games here on the Nintendo 64. Then we have about 40 games for the PlayStation 3, followed by 120 games for the Xbox 360. Lots of little special editions here on the bottom shelf. And underneath those we have my PlayStation 2 games, maybe 180 of those, all the way down. And here we have my original DS games. There are about 120 for that console, followed by 50 games for the PlayStation 1. Moving on here, we have my Wii games. I think I have like 130 games for the Wii, and then 110 games for the GameCube. And yes, I do have some empty spaces as well, so room for me to grow the collection. And here we have my original Xbox games, 110 games for the Xbox as well. Here on the big wall, we got Super Nintendo games on the bottom here. A total of 115 games for the Super Nintendo. Some Japanese ones here. And I think 3 games missing from my complete Virtual Boy collection. Just the most expensive 3 games. But maybe I'll get there someday. And then we have my Neo-Geo AES collection. Really proud of the 50 games that I have here. Not an easy system to collect for. Then we have some handheld stuff here. 60 plus games for the Game Boy Color and Game Boy the black and white, and 70 games for the Game Boy Advance. And there on the bottom, behind all the Amiibo, are 120 games for the 3DS. So yeah, I got all of my Amiibo here on display as well, and just have a couple of sealed ones here. The golden Amiibo and the Mega Man Amiibo, for example, they're on the behind there are sealed, and if there is an Amiibo in a Wii U special edition, those are still sealed as well, but most I have opened. Just they take up less space, and I kind of like the way they look, all opened up instead of being sealed. On top here we got some Wii U special editions and stuff like that. Some 3DS special editions as well there. In this cabinet we have some rarer gaming stuff, like my complete collection of 64DD software, all 10 games, and also the console and keyboard as well. And we have some demos, a demo of Turok 2 here for the Nintendo 64, a demo of Monster Hunter 3 for the Wii, and a demo for Zelda Skyward Sword. Here we have 2 unused tickets to the 1995 Space World, the event that the Nintendo 64 was first playable. Some Nintendo Hanafuda cards, and one of my prized possessions, Super Mario Sunshine, signed by Shigeru Miyamoto. Also got here some other signed games, like this Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, signed by many from BioWare. Max Payne, signed by Sam Lake, the guy who wrote the game and also who's the model for Max. And signed to Bobby by Hideo Kojima. Sadly, I'm not Bobby, but I'll take it. And on the other side of Peace Walker here, we have Yoshi Shinkawa's signature as well. And others here. Then we have some Nintendo memorabilia here. Some older electronics games. Well, this one is newer. Reproduction from Club Nintendo. A Pokemon Mini with 1 game. A Satellaview. And also got here some graded games. I got rid of most of my graded games, just have these 2 left anymore. And then we have some games that didn't really warrant enough shelf space anywhere else, so I just put them all here. Got some Japanese Game Boy Advance games. For the CDI, we got the 2 Zelda games, just missing the third, and some Neo-Geo CD games, PC Engine games, and one N-Gage game, Pathway to Glory. So a Finnish console and a Finnish game. So just saved that one after I sold my complete N-Gage collection. And here's also my favorite Commodore 64 game, Hero. And finally below here we got some sealed Nintendo 64 peripherals, and peripherals from, these are all North American versions, and behind there is some PAL and Japanese accessories for the Nintendo 64. And that's pretty much it for the video games, but we also have some newcomers here. This is something that I hunted down for over a year, and I finally was able to buy it from a store that stopped selling Games Workshop. Here's my Games Workshop store shelf. I've stocked it up with my empty miniature boxes, and starting here with my first connection to Games Workshop, Hero Quest and Space Crusade. Got some expansions here as well, and other board games, and then it's Warhammer Age of Sigmar mostly. But yeah, I've always loved this kind of store aesthetic, and really happy to be able to recreate this like this. Also have here an old paint rack with some actual paints, one dice cube there in the middle, some pamphlets, one old glue that has been dried up, and yeah, all sorts of goodies here. And also put in an old poster as well. Really love this. We're going to take a closer look at this in my recent Warhammering videos, so stay tuned for one of those if that interests you. And on top here we also have some board games, again pretty much Games Workshop, mostly just one Bloodborne there that isn't related to Games Workshop. So I got my Talisman and all the expansions for it. And here I got my little shrine for Magic the Gathering. Of course I have my decks and all of those in a different place, but here I have some sealed product, the ones in the center and below, and the older boxes sadly are empty, but some really cool decorations. So I got here some of my oldest boxes are revised, and Legends, a couple of Fallen Empires, and Mirage, Visions, Weatherlight, and so on. So yeah, really liking again this store display here. Here we have some booster packs. Again, sadly the Arabian Nights and Legends boosters are opened, but they really lend themselves to this game store atmosphere. And also got some starter decks there as well. So yeah, this is something that I've added. These weren't in the previous game room, and really happy about these. Now I know what you're thinking. FinGamer, where's your TV? Where are your consoles? Are you even playing in this game room? And the answer is no, I'm not playing in the game room. It's just for display, just for collecting from now on. I just found out that having dozens of different consoles, trying to hook them up to a single TV just was too much. It was a pain in the ass, basically. So I did this. I put each and every console that I had in a separate storage container. So for example, here I have my Wii console, and then I have 4 nunchucks, 4 Wiimotes, all the cables, everything is here. And here I have my Saturn. So I got the console, And I got for Bomberman, I got 2 multi-taps here, 10 controllers, all the cables, and you know, for import gaming, I got the action replay here. So everything is here. If I want to play Saturn, I'll just take this container and I'm good to go. I'm just gonna hook that up to the TV, either the retro TV that I of course still have, or if the console supports it, upstairs to my modern TV. So I just found out that this is just the way to go for me. It keeps my game room uncluttered, and it's actually easier for me to pull out the console and actually play it when there, you know, I got everything contained in a single box. So this just works for me. And that concludes our game room tour, the first of its kind from this location. But I'll be sure to keep you guys posted whenever there's a major development here or something like that. And let me know in the comments what you thought of this, if this is better or worse than the old game room, and why. I personally like it more than the old one. I think I did a pretty good job with the space here, and I got everything arranged in a good fashion. Follow Fingamer on Twitter and Instagram, and if you already haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so now, and also turn on the notifications. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.